morning, beloveds. It is Monday. I am not prepared for Monday. I'm not prepared for this week. It's been I don't know. I almost literally did not leave my house yesterday because the campus was closed down. We recorded Jesse's talk and, posted that online. So I got to watch it from home. And then, which was the third time I'd seen it because I recorded it and then I uploaded it and then recorded it and then watched it live. I walked out of my house twice yesterday and only as far as my driveway because my mom stopped by the house. So I walked out to give her something. She walked into the house. She and her husband walked into the house because they needed a potty break. And then I walked them back out to their vehicle. And that's it. I did not leave my house yesterday. It was wonderful. So, all right. Hope you get a day like that occasionally. So we are doing chapter 7. And chapter 7 is summary of part 1, the nature of being. So now he's going to try and tell you all of the things that he just told you in 6 chapters. So there is a universal presence that acts as though it were intelligent, and we may assume that it is. There is a universal intelligence acting as law. We may also assume this to be true. There is a formless stuff in the universe forever taking form and forever changing its form. This we may accept as being self-evident. We have every reason to postulate a threefold nature of the universal being, which we call spirit, soul, and body. We shall think of spirit as the great actor, soul as the medium of its action, and body as the result of its action. We shall think of spirit as the only conscious actor, the power that knows itself. We shall think of the soul as a blind force obeying the will of spirit, and we shall think of the body as the effect of spirit working through law to produce form. We shall assume that neither law nor the stuff from which form comes has conscious intelligence, but must, because of their nature, be formed by the word. This simplifies the whole matter and enables us to see that in the entire universe, one power alone really acts. The power of the word, of spirit, God, or universal conscious intelligence. The evolution of people brings them arbitrarily to a place where true individuality functions. From that day, a further evolution must be through their conscious cooperation with reality. All nature waits on people's recognition of and cooperation with her laws, and it is always ready to obey its people's will. But people must use nature's forces in accordance with her laws and in cooperation with her purpose, which is goodness, truth, and beauty, if they wish to attain self-mastery. This next sentence is important enough that I thought that I should highlight it. So here it is. People never create. They discover and use. Through this method, all sciences are evolved. We live in a universe of law, through which runs a spirit of self-knowing intelligence. All's love, yet all is law, mused Robert Browning. The law has done all it can automatically do for people. It has evolved them to the point of individuality and must now let them alone to discover the secrets of life for themselves. People are potentially perfect, but free will and self-choice cause them to appear imperfect. In reality, all they can destroy is some particular embodiment of themselves. The divine spark is always intact in a potential person. People awaken to self-consciousness finding themselves already equipped with a mentality, a body, and an environment. Gradually, they discover one law of nature after another until they conquer their environment through their knowledge of the nature of those laws. Everywhere they find that nature does their bidding, insofar as they understand nature's laws and use them along the lines of their inherent being. They must first obey nature, and then nature will obey them. People discover their ability to think and realize that from within there comes a reaction to their thought. They can think consciously, and mental laws act upon their thought, and their physical body is affected by their thinking. They next discover that they can think for others, which I circled the word think and wrote in no. So I wonder what I was thinking when I did that. All right, let me read that sentence again. I'm reading it the way it was written, not the way I changed it. They next discover that they can think for others, causing a corresponding action in and through their bodies. In this way, they discover a mental medium through which thought operates. They now realize themselves to be a thinking center in a universal mind. People next discover that their affairs are primarily a thing of thought, and that being able to think for others, they can also aid in the control of their affairs. They now realize that everything in the visible world is an effect, that back of all effects are ideas, which are the real cause of these effects. The divine ideas are perfect, but people's freedom of individuality causes them to appear imperfect. Through right thinking, they are able to discover the appearance of imperfection and reveal the perfect idea. Behold, thou my face forevermore. People's idea of deity evolves with their other ideas. After a belief in many gods, they come to realize that there is one mind and one spirit back of all manifestation. One spirit or self-conscious life acting through the medium of one mind or subjective law, producing many manifestations. Multiplicity comes from unity without breaking up the unity of the whole. Spirit is self-knowing, but law is automatic and obeys the will of spirit, having no alternative other than to obey. Like all law, the law of mind is an impersonal force, and because of its nature, it is compelled to act. Soul and universal subjective mind have the same meaning and are of the creative medium of all thought and action. Soul is also the substance of spirit and the unformed stuff from which all forms are evolved. Spirit, acting upon soul, produces creation. Spirit, soul, and substance interspace each other, each being omnipresent. Creation takes place within spirit and is the result of the contemplation or the self-knowingness of spirit. Creation is eternally going on. Change is always taking place within that which is changeless. Forms appear and disappear in a medium which of itself is formless. Spirit thinks or knows within itself, and as a result of this interaction, creation manifests. Creation is the play of life upon itself through divine self-imagination. Spirit must create in order to be expressed. Spirit, life, soul, substance, law, and unity are all coexistent and co-eternal within each other. Okay, this is another. I put a star by this and then highlighted this particular line, so maybe it's important. The only thing that changes is form. Spirit makes things out of itself by becoming the thing it makes. There is no effort in the process. Yeah. Did you hear that? Spirit makes things out of itself by becoming the thing it makes. That means that you are spirit. You have been made by spirit becoming you. And let's go back to that idea of individualized. Okay, we're not done yet. Back to the reading. Conscious mind and spirit have the same meaning, that part of reality which is self-knowing. Subconscious and subjective mind, soul and mental medium, universal subjectivity and law all have the same meaning. That part of reality which acts as law. Body, creation, or the manifest universe is the result of spirit acting through the law. Body, creation, or the manifest universe is the result of the knowingness of spirit. Oof, tongue twisters here. Spirit alone is self-conscious. Law and manifestation are automatic reactions to spirit. Soul or subjective mind, substance or unformed stuff, and conscious spirit permeate all things and all people. There is an intelligence acting through everything, and everything responds to this intelligence. It cannot be too plainly stated that spirit or conscious intelligence is the only self-assertive principle in the universe. Spirit is the power that knows itself and is the only power that is self-knowing. Everything else is subject to spirit. The sole and only operation of spirit is through its word, acting as law, through substance, producing creation. If your mind is spinning right now, that's okay. Mine is too, and I've read this before. You probably have too. All right. People reenact the divine nature on all three planes. They are self-knowing in their conscious mind, creative through their subconscious reactions, and they have a body. They personify the Trinity of being. They are the child within the spirit. The spirit is greater than the child, but the child has the same life essence as the parent mind. Real people are in an eternal state of complete unity with the whole. All right? Their conscious mind is their understanding of God. Their subjective mind is their use of the universal creative medium, and their body is one with the body of reality. There is but one mind in the universe, and people use it. People are an identity in the universe, a center of God consciousness. At first, they are ignorant of this and misuse their powers, consequently bringing on themselves misfortune and negation. The spirit of people, which is their self-knowingness, is the only part of them which has volition or self-choice. All else acts as automatic laws. People's conscious thought, acting through law, may change any condition in their experience, provided they can clearly conceive of such conditions being changed. That's really important. You have to be able to conceive of your conditions changing to change your conditions. And if you can't, then you go to somebody who can until you can do it for yourself. All right, back to the reading. There is no limit to the law. Limitation is not inherent in the law, but is a result of people's inability to embody the truth and constructively use the law. People have at their disposal, in what they call their subjective mind, a power that is limitless. This is because they are one with the whole on the subjective side of life. There is but one mind and one law, which all people use. Consciously or unconsciously, constructively or destructively. One spirit, one law, mind, one law, one substance, but many forms. There is one ultimate reality, but within this one are many experiences. People are within the one and draw from it all of their experiences. As people think, they subjectify the thought and sets law in motion through the medium of the universal mind. This law works automatically until it is consciously changed. Let me say that again, because it's really important. This law works automatically until it is consciously changed. Like, you legit have to change your mind to change the way the law is working. Okay? Back to the reading. To learn how to think is to learn how to live, for our thoughts go into a medium that is infinite in its ability to be and to do. People are using a power which is infinite as compared with the power of their conscious thought. Great as the subconscious is, its tendency is set in motion by the conscious thought, and in this lies the possibility of and the pathway to freedom. Freedom and bondage, sickness and health, poverty and riches, heaven and hell, good and bad, big and little, happiness and misery, peace and confusion, faith and fear. And all conditions which appear to be opposites are not really the result of the operation of opposing powers, but are in the way the one power is used. Emphasis earnest. They're not opposite sides of two coins. What they are is a continuum from here to here. And it is our consciousness that moves us along that continuum, whether we be happy or miserable. Okay? It would be helpful if he would use the term continuum, and I don't think he ever does, but maybe he will. We'll see. All right. I think we've got literally a paragraph left. Yep, one paragraph left. Okay. We are summarizing the summary. We are bound because we are first free, and the power which binds us is the only thing in the universe which can free us. People already have within themselves the key to freedom, but they must come to realize their relationship to the whole. This relationship is one of complete unity. When we know who we are, when we act in alignment with, when we recognize the unity and act in alignment with the universe, with the unity, things work better. That's what I heard. Okay. All right. So that's part 1. And tomorrow we will start with part 2, which is spiritual mind healing. First division, ideation, the recognition of the power and the thought and the purpose back of mind healing. So that will be interesting. All right. I don't know how many parts there are in here, now that I'm thinking of it. Okay. But we have to tell you what it is before we can tell you how to use it, right? All right. So that is part 1. We're now through 2 sections of the book. We've done the introduction. We've done part 1. This will be fun. All right. So I'm going to move on into the process. Oh yeah, I got to wrap this up. I'm going to move on into the process of my day. So the quick housekeeping is we are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. I want to remind you, an easy way to support the center is to go to our social media, like, follow, subscribe, share, comment, do all that stuff. It bumps us in the algorithms. We really appreciate it. All right. Especially since, because the campus was closed, we leaned on social media to get our Sunday service out this week. And depending on the power, may have to do it again next week. We don't know. All right. What was I about to say? I don't know. I'm going to remind you that if you want to know what's going on with the center, you've got a couple of options. Email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact. Or You can also go to our website, which is creativelife.org. All right. I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day. A Monday, a get this week started right day, a take up your tasks day, a put your tasks down day, a opposite day, a end your week day. A silly day, apparently. It's Monday. A good day, and if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, a divine spark. You're a spirit in motion. You are God in action, or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. Explore the truth of your being. The whole point of Science Mind Text is to get to know who you are, and get to know how you interact with the universe, and how you can make your life a little bit better by knowing who you are. All right. Okay. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. tomorrow. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.